Hi friends, welcome back to Nessa's Nook. So today I'm going to make something I don't believe I've made it before, but if I have, I'm sorry that I've made it again. But I am going to go ahead and make up some breakfast pizza. Now obviously I'm going to go ahead and use my Walmart pizza crust. I'll be making that up real quick. I have some white peppered gravy that I'm going to put down for the bottom. We're going to scramble up some eggs, and I'm going to take a little bit of my freeze-dried turkey sausage for the top and then some cheese. So hopefully all that is going to taste good together. So I'm going to bring it down here and here. Now with this, you put the package in here and don't do like I did the first time. It calls for half a cup of hot water, but it can't be too hot because I think it actually makes it so it doesn't, the yeast doesn't work right. It's going to take half a cup of water and 1 tablespoon of, alright, so I have this mixed together. Now normally if I was doing like a regular pizza, I've been putting like garlic and some spices in there. So this way the crust could also be super tasty too. Now, normally I'm not one much on doing like the store-bought crust. I did try this once before, well, a couple times before. The first time I added a cup of water, so I had to add a lot of flour to make it right. So what's going to happen is this mixes up pretty easy. It is just a little bit sticky. I don't think I need to add any more flour, but it'll be a little bit of a more stickier dough. And what I'm going to do is Mark went out to the garage to get some of the eggs. And then what I'm going to be doing is putting just a towel over this for about 5 minutes to get this rised. And I will be right back and we'll be making the eggs and such. Okay, usually on the directions, the lowest amount this has is 1 cup. And you're supposed to put in 3/4 cups of the mix. So I'm going to take my 3/4 cup, and that's a 1/4 cup. So what I'm going to do is fill up the 1/4 cup 1.5 times, obviously. And that's going to become the gravy. Go ahead and get this whisked. I have the butter there that go ahead and scramble the eggs with. Try to do this all while we're waiting on the dough to rise. It's going to get heated back up anyways, so it's not going to be like a super big deal. Other than get my hands all yucky with eggs. Alright. Let me rinse off my hands real quick. Seems like I'm always making a mess, doesn't it? I didn't get that name Messy Nessie for no reason in life. So go ahead and we'll get these scrambled. Now this is a new pan I have. I think it's in my store down below if you want to look for it. And Mark was looking for a smaller pan because sometimes he likes to take scrambled eggs and sausage in his Hot Logic for lunch. And this would be a lot smaller. See, now the gravy's already done. The gravy's done. Let me pull it kind of like off. You can see how nice and thick that gravy got so fast. I did use my instant hot water on the stove, on the sink, so it's already almost at a boiling. But Mark wants sometimes a little pan that we're not using the big non-stick pan for the eggs. So I found this and it's pink, and pink is my favorite color, so that's what we ended up with. Now I am going to go ahead and, for the sake of dishes, I'm going to go ahead and use the same 1 cup measuring cup. And I'm going to put, oops, it's sealed down. Hold on 1 second here. And put some of the turkey sausage in this 1 cup measuring cup. A little bit more there. Alright. And I'll vacuum seal that after I'm done. And then all I'm going to be doing is putting some hot water in here. And we will bring back that sausage in like no time whatsoever. And so I have some water in the sausage. Just trying to get away with not doing as many dishes as possible. So far this looks like this will be a pretty nice little pan for the eggs. It's not really sticking. I try not to do, and I don't know for sure if anybody's ever heard that before, but you're really not supposed to use the spray non-stick in these pans because it does something to the non-stick. You guys all know I'm not a big non-stick fan person. I prefer not to use non-stick, but there's times like on eggs, no matter how good I try to make them, they just don't seem to make well on my stainless steel. And I just have not taken the time to really practice, because you're supposed to like heat up the pan, then heat up the butter, and then you just do everything really good. So the eggs I think are going to be fine. Believe it or not, the sausage is already back. So I'm going to pour out the extra water. Now we're just waiting on the, go ahead and turn this off. Just waiting for the dough to rise, and we'll throw this pizza all together here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take my little sprayer thing that's also in my store. I do like this so far. Excuse me. And this top opens up so you can either pour it or spray it. And I don't know for sure if anybody else's combi pan, because when I made, what did I make last time that was in there for so long? I made something, but now it's like, there's like a hard water deposit type thing on there that doesn't seem like it wants to come out no matter how much I clean it. You have to let me know if that's happened to you. My hands are clean. Go ahead and take out the dough here. Should probably put a little bit extra flour in there, just a smidge. I'm going to spray my hands real quick. I'm going to wash this off real quick here. Don't want to touch that. I'm going to put some more on the other side here. I don't want to have everything sticking. So we'll just try to spread this out as good as possible. Now, everybody who's watched me for any length of time when I've made my own homemade pizzas knows I am not a pizza maker. I have never been really successful at forming my pizza crust properly. So it's just a matter of you know, just keep trying. You know, one of these days I might perfect it. One of these days I may not perfect it. So go ahead and try to spread this out. Now I have this little handy dandy little spreader thing here. And then I have that thing that pokes the holes in it also. Holes here and there. If anybody knows a better way, you know, like a beginner like myself can do this, always let me know. I'm always open for suggestions. Like I said, this is never going to be like a perfect restaurant quality pizza. Mark doesn't expect it to ever be a restaurant quality pizza. So that's definitely okay. So then what I'm going to do is run my little thing over this. And what they do suggest is to cook this for a couple minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the combi for a few, and I'll be right back to put the rest of this together. Not for sure if you just missed that, I just put the peppered gravy on there. I'm going to go ahead and put some mozzarella cheese. Put some of that throughout here. And that's one thing I like about the combi too. The cheese doesn't melt everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and put on the sausage. You know, put that throughout here. I was going to pre-cook up some today, but time got away from us, and that just is not going to happen, so. Kind of spread out that meat a little bit. Alright, then take that new pan and kind of like spread out the egg some. And supposedly this pan, you just kind of like just wash it out or wipe it right out. It supposedly comes right clean. We've only used it the one time, so I'm not really for sure. Get this so it doesn't have a big clog of egg somewhere. Rewash my hands again. Still always wondered how many times you wash your hands during cooking dinner. I'm just going to do a very light, super light cheese on the top. And I will be cooking this in the combi. So go ahead and bring you up here. I have the fan going. That fan is also in my Amazon store. All this stuff that you see me use often is all in that Amazon store, just to let you know. So go ahead and slide this in, and then what I'm going to be doing is it's going to be on this side. There is actually a pizza setting, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this down to pizza, and I'm going to go ahead and hit start, and they say this is for approximately 15 minutes. I'll keep an eye on that. We'll bring it back when it's time for dinner. Alright, now I should have probably put a little bit more oil down at the bottom. That did kind of stick, so it's gonna might make it a little bit wonky when we pull this out. I'll let Mark do that. We did get it pretty much unstuck, but
yeah, let's do this.
It's a chance that not my best perfect pizza, that's for sure. Kind of like, but it looks like the crust is nicely done underneath. Hold on, let me try to. That's not my best perfect pizza, that's for sure. But you know, it will work.
Doesn't have to be perfect.
I'm sure it'll look worse going down our belly, right? Did you want to give a little taste test of what you think of it when? A little bite of it. Since you can
Those came out pretty good.
Since you can eat hotter food than I can. Here, honey. I got a fork right here too.
Ouch.
That I got a fork. That's why.
Yeah, very hot. Let me just take a piece of it off.
Yeah, that's what I was. But this is meanwhile what this looks like. And get Mark in here. He can eat way hotter food than I can. Should I change anything? All right.
Oh, good.
Thumbs up for Mark. So you'll have to let me know if you guys have ever made this. I mean, obviously this was like, I should put a lot more oil down below than I did, but at the end of the thing, it's still gonna be fine. Whatever's left, you know, we'll just.
Yeah, a little bit less sauce, but outside
He
that's
says that he
perfect.
had a little bit too much sauce, but that's okay. So anyways, this is dinner tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for stopping by. You have a very blessed and wonderful day.